Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, the internet, and the like, and welcome back to Serious Sam, the first encounter. And where we previously left off in the previous episode of Previousness, as you can see, I am very good grammar already. We had played through the City of the Gods, and towards the end of that level, we also got a serious damage power-up, so I've just decided that I figured I should use it with the remaining power-up juice that I had, which is why I ran out immediately without making a very formal intro, and I do apologize for that. There is a clear skeleton behind this wall. You might want to shoot him if you don't want to get the jump upon by that fellow. That makes sense, right? Is that good grammar? There's also some secret ammo back here for the sniper rifle, because having sniper rifle ammo is also really good. So yeah, this level is the Serpent Yards, and this is actually one of my favorite levels in the entire game. And I really don't know why either, because the pacing in this level is like pretty bad. Basically, you go to one area, and then you go to another area, and then once you go to that area, you stop and fight some enemies. Then you go to that area after that, you stop and fight more enemies. There's really no, I guess you could say, progression throughout this level, which is kind of weird. But, I don't know, I still enjoy it, because I think the music is actually, I think I love the music the most out of this level, but I just love the overall look and feel of it. And also because it has some pretty awesome secrets, such as this one. Secret suicidal plant has been discovered, which is actually a kamikaze underneath a bush, which is very sneaky of him. So, as you can see, we kinda haven't made that much progress already. If you walk forward right here, there's gonna be a couple of nasty enemies that you might want to take care of. First of all, there are the skeletons right here. And then soon once you turn around, you'll find out that there are indeed some reptiloids out in the distance. And the green people, as you might know, are pretty nasty to fight against. However, you might want to prioritize pretty carefully, so I'm gonna take care of those Zumb'ul creatures first. And then deal with the remaining reptiloid. Strategy! I know what strategy is, you guys! It's like I've played this game a million times before. Only this time, this is like only the second time where I'm actually playing on hard mode and I'm still pretty bad at it. Alrighty then. Let's just take care of more of these Zords right here. So like I said in the previous episode, the Zords become quite a lot more common in the future levels. So, as such, you can see there are quite a bunch of them. I believe around this corner there's a clear skeleton. Either way you go, there is always going to be that particular set of enemies, so you might want to be careful. Is this a secret? No, this isn't a secret. I don't think there are any secrets behind these buildings right here, so we can move on. Now, this area! Yes, this area. This is like this is pretty much a perfect example of what I was saying earlier. You stand in one place and you fight some enemies for a while, and then you leave. So Natrixa is going to have a message for us right here. Serpent Snake. The two-headed Serpent Snake represents the goddess of the moon, Ixchel. She guarded the gates to the Sun Pyramid. Someone is obviously guarding her snake statue, because I can hear that familiar galloping sound. And if you are familiar with the familiar galloping sounds of familiarity, you might know that clear skeletons are on their way to make your life miserable. So basically the way this room works, what I'm going to be doing is I'm pretty much just going to be standing in one single area and making sure I can snipe off the enemies from a safe distance without having to worry about getting my face torn apart. So we're just gonna run this way, real casually. And we're just going to watch the enemies pretty much most of the time get stuck against the wall in the little pit right there. This is possibly the best strategy you can have because there are the giant red Doom biomech people, and the biomechs are without a doubt some of the worst enemies to be fighting in this kind of situation. So yeah, I'm just going to take things a little bit cautiously. Standing over here, you can pretty much pick off any clear skeletons that manage to run towards you. Since they all spawn from this area, they'll continue spawning at a very steady rate, and then eventually these guys will run out, so you might want to use the cannon for them. I'm not really sure why that guy didn't decide to pay attention to me first, but you know what, I'm not really going to argue with it at the same time, because he's dead now. Man, I really wish this game had faster weapon switching. That's one thing that Serious Sam HD did right, is that it made your weapon switching so much more fast. But yeah, like I said, you're pretty much just going to be standing here fighting enemies that get stuck beneath the wall. But again, sometimes they do enjoy jumping up from the ledge because that's how the physics work in this game. It can be pretty odd sometimes. So I'm gonna try and take them out one at a time fairly steadily. Unless, of course, they get stuck in this fashion, in which case I am going to be using grenades. At the cost of damaging myself in the likelihood, but you know. As long as they're dead, that's all that matters. Now eventually after you destroy a set number of clear skeletons, unfortunately that guy did not die, then they're going to start spawning more skeletons from different angles as well as biomechanoids. Now I am actually kind of scared because I'm not really sure if the biomechs can actually climb up these ledges. And it could be a problem if they do, but it looks like they are too big and are in fact stuck. So I'm going to take advantage of that, shoot them in the face. Oh, that guy didn't die. Hang on. There we go. That's so much better. I believe we're actually boiling down to the last of the skeletons right here. Of course, you can hear that a bunch of them are still indeed stuck. Some of them are making it their best effort to actually climb up this ledge, which I applaud them for. You know, at least they're trying. You have to give the enemies credit for trying. Although, ooh! No! Bad skeleton. Very, very bad. And it's also, I guess you could, if you couldn't tell by now, it really is advisable that you stand up here because of, like, all the fireballs that are being fired into the arena. Not really sure why that is. Like, they're not really fireballs, they're more like lava rocks, but same difference. So, definitely want to be staying in an isolated location, where you cannot be easily hit by things. Yes. Yes. Best commentary today, you guys. I might as well use the shotgun too, because I haven't really used that much. And because the enemies are getting rather uncomfortably close to me due to the weird physics of this room. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're stuck right here, so I'm gonna use the flamethrower. Burn! Oh, you didn't die. That was a little bit concerning for a minute there. Come on, this has to be the last of you. No! Yes. Yes, I would say that was the last of them. So now we can run over here and see what was the deal with all those randomly spawning enemies. 1, there was sniper rifle ammo they were guarding, and 2, oh look, it's a little phone booth like the one we saw in the first level. I wonder what it has to say.
Who the hell's that?
It's me, Sam.
Sam who?
Serious Sam.
Yeah, right. What a joker. Sam I am.
Right then, so I know that pretty much completely breaks the laws of time, but I don't care at the same time. We're actually gonna find another phone booth later on in one of the following levels, but that is not until the first part of the game is over. And okay, apparently you lived. You decided to just kind of be prancing around the general area. Not really sure why that is. But if we run back here, this is where all the other enemies spawned. There's actually a secret health cube right here that might be worth picking up if you are low on health. And since that armor is still there, then I'm probably going to go ahead and equip it. So, yeah. So that was the first sequence of standing still while shooting enemies. Let's go to the next one, shall we? That sounds rather exciting and exhilarating, and all of that jazz, right? Right, you guys? Right. Alright, you guys, you're just going to stand over there and let me shoot you, then I'm perfectly fine with that. I wonder if I can get behind this building right here. Hang on, this is important. I could probably squeeze my way back now. Let's try the other side. There's definitely gotta be a way behind this building. I'm convinced that this is definitely where they would hide a secret. Or maybe not, maybe it's just a building. I mean, I could rocket jump over there and find out, but I don't really feel like it because that would be a really dumb secret, to be honest. I mean, I don't really think there are any secrets at all in the Serious Sam games that involve rocket jumping, but in the Serious Sam HD, the first encounter, there is an achievement you can get for, I think, doing 50 rocket jumps, so that's an alternate. That's an alternative if you really want it. And Hendrix had something to say. Force field! This force field doesn't look too Mayan to me. I guess a mental point here to stop us from getting away from this place. Or getting in. Or something. Whatever. Let's see how it works. Maybe we can turn it around in our favor. Alright, to give a brief explanation before we activate this trip mine here, the way this thing works is basically what you do is you walk forward, and if you hit the beam, you can actually jump over to avoid it entirely. Then those statues over there, yes, the ones I'm pointing at right now, they'll start firing off fireballs, and there's a force field at the other end that if you run into, you'll start damaging yourself. But basically what you can do is you can just stand right here and watch the enemies mostly get killed by the statues. And that's pretty much the strategy for this area. So, like, 1 or 2 bulls will appear at a time, and then you can just kill them this way. Now, one interesting thing too is that later on, eventually there are going to be harpies that appear. But again, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. You could just, like, take out the sniper rifle and dispatch of them very easily. I do believe that these harpies also carry kamikazes like in the Valley of the Jaguar level. I could be mistaken, but I guess we'll find out in a minute, so just be patient. Yeah, there we go. So, and there you can see the enemies are still taking damage. I think they, depending on their difficulty level, they take more damage, depending on how many rockets actually hit them. Okay, apparently the force field beam has disappeared. I'm not really sure why that is, because I've never seen that happen before. That's very odd. I think I just broke the level. Ah well. At least it provides for us a little bit of an extra challenge. And as you saw back there, a couple of harpies did indeed appear. One of them appeared behind me carrying a kamikaze. And that made me sad because that kamikaze blew up right in my face. But I'm just gonna deal with it. I mean, trial and error, right? Oh yeah, it looks like the force field beam has decided to stop working altogether. I have never seen this happen before. Why is it this stuff always happens whenever I play, like, whenever I'm just doing a playthrough run and all of a sudden, oh yeah, like, this room broke entirely. Sorry, you're just going to have to deal with it. How could I miss that? That was an easy shot, especially considering the fact that this enemy is completely distracted and oblivious to my presence. I can't talk today. Can you tell by now I cannot talk today at all? Forming words is a very difficult process, you realize. I think that's... I'm pretty sure that's everything. I think walking forward over here will spawn 2 biomechs. Big biomechs, maybe? Possibly? Maybe? Possibly? No. Maybe that's only in serious mode. There is, however, always going to be cannonball ammo back here, which happens to be a secret. And in Serious Sam HD, there is actually a secret right here, where there is a little lever that's hidden by a bush right here. And if you hit that lever, then a kamikaze will start bouncing in the air, like, over this way, behind the walls, and if you do shoot it out of the air, then that will spawn some ammunition and health pills. Not exactly a very good secret, but hey, it's sniper rifle ammo, it's at least worth something, right?